Anger is very confusing. Toxic relationships breed anger, oftentimes fueled by ongoing repeated disrespect. Should you be angered at disrespect, or is your anger a negative, even toxic response? Some spiritual purists will claim and say and suggest that anger is bad because it means that you have relinquished your power to the other person who incited or evoked your anger, or that anger is the sign of a non enlightened person, victim to the human realm of darkness and doom because they are not enlightened. They have no self control, no self discipline. They are lesser than, lower than the enlightened ones who are immune from human emotions and attachment. Well, different theories appear from different factions of the human race dependent on their belief systems, core values, and biases, both subconscious and conscious, with neither being an absolute truth because the human experience and any opinion regarding the vastness of our existence and our consciousness is purely speculation. That's all it is, speculation. We fill in the blanks. In our search for understanding, we instill our beliefs and our opinions and our theories without having full proof and full evidence. There is no evidence into understanding the enormity of this realm that we can't even grasp. It's beyond our comprehension, yet we limit it to our knowledge and our understanding, imposing those beliefs on others. But the Bible says it's this way. Well, science says it's this way. And they conflict and they fight, and sometimes they overlap, but neither are ultimate truths. Having said that, they both have great value. They are guidelines. They give us a sense of direction, a sense of understanding. But just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean that it does not exist, and vice versa. Just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So that leaves a bit of a conundrum, because truth is multi-sided, multifaceted, has multiple layers, different dimensions, some which we grasp, most which we don't. You can't know what you don't know. Nonetheless, when it comes to anger, it is both good and bad. Anger is good when it serves as a gauge or warning sign that your core values have been violated. Your anger is protecting you by inspiring an intense response for you to fight back and defend the essence of your character or protect something that you love. For those of you who pretend you are so enlightened that you don't get angry, that you never get angry, well, you know what? I'm calling BS on that, because you're human. You do get angry. You have gotten angry. You will get angry no matter what you tell me. I know that at some point you will get angry. All it means is that you simply get angry at different things, but there is something out there that if it violated you, you would be triggered into anger for the sake of love or fear. Furthermore, you are a human. Let's keep that in mind. You are a human. Why not embrace this human experience designed to teach us what it means to be human, even if humanity is only a physical manifestation of the spirit, with spirit potentially being immune to anger. That part I can potentially agree with, potentially the operative word. But you're a human you're a spirit having a human experience. And until I transform back to spirit, I have no shame, I have no guilt, I have no regret in being human and experiencing all the things that humans experience. We are sentient beings, which means that you too should not feel guilt, shame, or regret for your emotions. However, anger is bad when? It is bad when you inflict pain, even revenge, on others. Even though it is a release of intense and probably pent-up energy, if your emotions inflict unwarranted pain on others, then I view it as a negative. Your anger will have gotten the better of you. Losing control, though human, is nonetheless not recommended. Better to take a pause, a deep breath, and evaluate your options with a clear, even if your mind is angered, try to make it clear. Keep your mind, body, and spirit clear and as pure as possible. Anger usually impacts every aspect of our being. It's not just our mindset that gets impacted, it's everything. The mind, body, spirit, intellect, every part of your existence is impacted by your emotions. But again, it doesn't mean that you have to negate your emotions. Transmuting pain is how to truly control and leverage your anger. The hurt must be redirected into something that can harmlessly absorb your pained emotion. It can be a punching bag. It can be yelling into a pillow, running, dancing, art. The list is endless. But in your emotional expression and purge, you are both protecting others as you heal yourself. And keep this in mind that anger left untreated or unreleased is really the culprit to a negative reaction. We react intensely simply because the anger has built up over time and we haven't addressed the main issue. We've left it unresolved and it's festered. Managing that internal resentment and build-up is what some people would consider self-love. I personally don't subscribe to the term self-love. Why? Because it's a pathway, it's a gateway, it's an excuse to validate narcissism. That fine line is easily crossed, and society is becoming more and more narcissist with the acceptance that, well, this is self-love. The term self-love can validate every single action we do. The minute something is selfish, no, but it's self-love. I'm loving myself. It's dangerous. Instead, I focus on self-care through awareness. And by awareness, I mean emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage your own emotions as well as the emotions of others. Through awareness and understanding of what your human experience is putting you through, tracking the root cause of your inner pain, for example, that is when you master and manage your anger. We often don't dig deep enough to understand ourselves and our emotions, and as a result, we quickly point the finger at the immediate victim or threat who perhaps only made us aware that we were carrying deep hidden hurt, pain, and resentment. That shows up as anger. If finding the source, we can begin to control and manage how we react and respond to everything and anything that happens to us or around us, that is the key. But ultimately, what happens next, the choice you make as to what happens next, despite your humanness, what happens next, the choice that you are empowered to make is the differentiator, making anger either good or bad. We are forever empowered to make that choice. And in closing, anger is your friend if and when you choose to make it so. Lose control and it becomes your enemy, impacting your emotional, mental, spiritual, intellectual, and physical state. My name is Vital Germain. I'm a 7-time author and keynote speaker. Please make sure to follow, like, and subscribe.